Howdy ho, people! Alright guys, I'm getting ready to come into view. Maybe I am, maybe I ain't. I don't freaking know. I want to talk some real life stuff with you. You know what real life stuff is? Real life stuff is not the fake make-believe bullshit that you kind of see on the whatever interwebs or whatever you want to call them. I'm going to give you like a backtracking and a forward and a reverse of her. And this thing here, sometimes, not very often, but once in a while, we need a little creative juices. Today is one of those days. Life, straight up, in your face, what the hell it is. There's many times in your life that you will be fed bullshit by people that want to get something from you. They want something from you, and they are willing to lie, deceive, trick, whatever the hell you want to call it, in order to get something from you. This is not it. This is the other end of that. This is the real life truth of the situation in which you're in. Now, here recently, I've had a situation come up. And this situation is very dire to me. Dire is such an interesting word. Don't really know what it means. Hang on. Let me consult my dictionary. Dictionary number 1. What does dire mean? It doesn't happen very often. Oh, shit. Wow. But the dictionary will reveal truths to you sometimes that you need to know. Dire. It's a situation in which you are in peril. You need to know something. What the fuck? And here recently, a situation has presented itself. And I don't know what you believe in. Whatever you believe in, that's yours. Have fun with it. Believe it. Trust in it. But for me, personally, this dude right here, I have seen situations in my life, and I have purposely put myself in situations where that I know I will forever be changed afterwards. And this may be competition, whether it's grappling, boxing, whatever it is you compete in, strongman, whatever you compete in. You know that you will forever be changed because of those situations. And I am faced with one of those dire situations right now. Car going by. Wow. This situation is rough for me because, wow. Let's backtrack. Several years ago, I decided to take care of someone, my grandmother, on my father's side of the family. She was an Alzheimer's patient, and although I had experience with that, my mother has a elderly care home. I had, taken care of the elderly before. I had done the whole situation where you pick them up from the nursing home because of various situations. They've been abused, they're not being treated right. Whatever the situation is, the person in charge decides that for their mother, father, grandmother, it's usually mother or father. It's usually actually mother. It's not really father, it's not just mother. But anyway, they decide that they're not being treated right, so they want to get them into a private care home. My mother has one of these. And we took my grandmother in, and I knew a little bit about what we were taking in. This is my father's mother. But man, it was so freaking hard. There's people out there. The reason I'm making this video isn't like to bash this person or that person or that person or that person. It's whatever. It's to be real, because I don't care what you're in. Strength training is not just about your body out here. If it's about your body out here, that's great. But at some point, the same things that you face whenever you go into competition and you've got to make a choice that I'm going to go into this competition and I'm going to face a point in this competition where I'm going to have to make a decision, and that decision is going to be, who am I? After this competition, who am I? Am I that guy that gives the hell up and says, oh, well, I couldn't lift that. I couldn't carry that. You know what I mean? Oh, shit, I got hit. I'm going to go home. I'm going to go like, fuck, let's rewind this shit. I picked the guy's tongue up one time. His fucking tongue up off the mat. This is no shit. For those that you don't know, I'm a mixed martial arts trainer. I may have slurred that because of the help that I'm getting right now. I'm a MMA trainer, and I've been one for 10 years. And I picked the dude's tongue up off the mat one time. And I had told this guy for freaking years, dude, you do not stick your tongue out. Or whatever. Who does this? Well, whenever you're in a match, okay, you need to put your tongue in your damn mouth. This mouthpiece will not keep somebody lethal coming up and cutting your damn tongue off. So he lost a little piece of his tongue. Not a big piece, a little piece. And the ref is like, hey, dude, you need to pick this shit up because I'm not picking this up. So I picked this dude's tongue up, and I said, hey, man. And he's like, oh, what do I do? And I'm like, well, you got a choice to make here. You either call it quits and we go to the ER. Maybe they sew it back on. I said, in my opinion, as small as this little piece of tongue is, and it was a very small piece of tongue, but it was a piece of his freaking tongue, they're not going to sew it back on. They're going to pretty much just say, well, you know what, you were fighting in a cage and you bit your tongue off, you're a fucking idiot, so go on and kick rocks. And dude went out and whooped the shit out of this guy. And totally him. Because, you go to a point that your life is going to be changed. The decisions that you make will dictate who the hell you are in life. Not just in a little bit of whatever. In some of my, I'm faced with one of those situations again, and one of those, and man, if it's all on me, I'm cool with that. But whenever you have to take care of people, and we're all in this, because I don't care, you can fact check me on this if you want. It's whatever. We're in this crazy ass inverted pyramid where we have a lot of elderly people up here and we have a lot of young people down here at the very bottom. And these young people down here are going to have to take care of these elderly people up here. And you've got to check your heart and say, who the fuck are you? Who are you? And, I took care of my grandmother on my father's side. And my grandmother on my mother's side now is in a situation where she's at a changing point, a transition, where that they have to decide, where are they going from here? She's fallen, she's broken her hip, or she's broken actually her pelvis, but it hadn't been a super bad pelvic break. I'm gonna, watch this, I take a hat off, I put it over there, I pick another one up, wow, look at that son of a bitch, goes right in, I switch hats. Okay, now I'm going into the trainer part of it. Car goes by, okay, the trainer part of it. She has a pelvic fracture. It's not a tremendously bad pelvic fracture, but it is bad. She has some problems with her sciatic nerve. It's in the lumbar region that she's having some problems. Nerdy part of me, if you look back at your lumbar or your thoracic regions of the back, fuck it, I ain't even talking about that. Anyway, you got more movement in 1 and 2 than you have in the rest of them because of blah, 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 blah. Anyway, she has some problems because of her sciatic nerve. It's bad, dude. It's bad. But she's 83. So you come to a point, what are you going to do? And you guys can fact check me here, and there's some people that's going to go off the rail with this. I get it. I know. You want to believe that this is a certain way. You want to put it in a square box, that it's like this. But it's really freaking like this. If you search for, wow, I feel like such a freaking nerd. Hang on, let me nerd up on that. Don't look, close your eyes. This is Kool-Aid, by the way. If you nerd up on that and you was to, like, I don't know, maybe search for the third leading cause of death in the U.S., you might find, as of 2018, June, that accidents in hospitals are the third leading cause of death in the U.S. Wow, that's pretty... Let me repeat that slowly for those who didn't catch it the first time. The third leading cause of death in the U.S. is accidents in hospitals. So if it's the third leading cause of death, how many people do you think are fucked up because of it that don't die? Think about that for a minute. All right. If you have plenty of time to think about that, let's go forward. She's in a situation where they're at 83 years old. She has to decide what she's going to do, how she's going to proceed from this pelvic break. It's not bad. She can recover from it. But she's got a different, I'm going to say genre. Why do I use the word genre? Because in my personal understanding of the word genre, it is a approach or understanding of music, of a method, of a thing of conveying information. It is how you convey information. So I'm going to use it in that way. It's a how you convey information. So there's a genre of information being given to her. One of this genre of, man, like I said, I've got my buddy Han helping me out here. This genre of information goes as such. You can do A, B, and C, and perhaps you will get to D. D is the point, A, B, and C. Okay, let's go slow. A, B, and C. I'm going slow, not for you, but for me. A, B, and C is the steps you will take to getting back to the life that you had before. Okay, let's say that if I walk up steps, if I go to the bathroom on my own, I can get back to being on my own. Wow, this is like super took a bad turn. Okay, hang on. Let's rewind this because I don't want this to get morbid. Scratch my head. You see that shit? That's real. You've got different schools of thought. Okay, let's approach it from this angle. You've got different schools of thought. And different schools of thought will tell you different things. Pretty fucking similar to what you would expect to hear. One of those schools of thought is, after you get to a certain point of age, that you are in the transition to death. Okay. Another school of thought is that you are a person that is part of that. You are a person who is worthy of careful and precise plans of action. That school of thought that says you are a person who is worthy of careful and precise plans of action is not very popular. Just isn't. I wish it was, but it just isn't. The school of thought that says that you are at a certain age and that your transition in that age group to death, okay, don't leave me, death, is inevitable. Therefore, going back. Therefore, we should help you transition to death. Guys, I know y'all want to turn the hell out. I would too, okay? I would want to turn out of this because I wouldn't want to hear this shit. But it's true, okay? And if you have people that you care for, that you can look around you and say, that person ain't going to be there, that person ain't going to be there, and that motherfucker right there, who the hell knows what that dude's going to do? Then it's you. It's you are the person who will be there, okay? Either will or will not. Will or will not. So, anyway. You have to evaluate which school of thought each person that you interact with belongs to. And this whole situation is hard. One shouldn't have to think about life in this way. Sorry going back. But we do. We've got this crazy ass inverted pyramid. And if you're anybody with a freaking heart in your chest, you care about your mother, okay? If you don't care about your mother, then I don't know what the hell to say to you. If you don't care about your father, some dads are pricks. I can kind of understand that. But, if you got a good dad, you didn't care about him. If you're either one of those people who care about somebody, then this is something you need to think about. Because you got a choice here. You can either kick rocks and go and say, whatever the people tell me, great, whatever. Or you can do your due diligence and investigate people, try to learn about the situation. If you're watching this, you know about fitness, okay? Or you're learning about fitness. Apply that to the people that probably you're gonna, your other people that you might care about, or not. It's whatever it is. I'm not judging here because I understand all aspects of this. I understand the aspect of being blissfully, coherent. I'm not gonna say ignorant, coherent. You live your life based off of the choices that other people make, and you're cool with it. Or you say, hey, I know these things, I can help you. If you choose not to let me help you, it's okay. I'm making this video mainly because I want to share my personal life experience with people. I've got a lot of life experience with this, with dealing with elderly, with dealing with the situations where you have home health, where you have occupational therapists, where you have private care homes, where you have all of this come into play. And I want to tell you, guys, you're not alone. I'm here. If it's a question I know the answer to, for God's sakes, I'll give it to you. I'll give you my personal experience answer to this. Because people in this inverted pyramid situation are going to be faced with choices. And it's going to tug at your heartstrings. Oh my God, it's going to tug at your heartstrings. Some people say use God's name in vain. No, it's a call out to God. End it. But I could go into we live in a fallen society and that's why we're dealing with whatever. That's true. but we have this. And if I can do anything to help, let me know. Because I have been here. God, I spent a large part of my life caring for people. And I know what some of you will go through. I know some of the choices that some of you will make. And it is so heart-wrenching. It will take your heart out, crumble it into a ball, throw it up in the air, light it on fire, and watch it fall back down. But guess what? Those ashes can grow something new, or they can land on the ground and die forever. It's up to you. And I'm here to try to help if I can. Like I said, I'm going through the situation for the number 2 time again. And, catch you later. Shut this thing off. Watch out.